stop it occasionally, let the shavings clear out. And that's going absolutely dead centre. And I'm at the extremity of the quill and the tailstop, so we're going to wind that back to about there, go in a little bit, loosen the tailstock, push it in. In fact, you know, there's nothing stopping you if you want, just pushing the whole tailstock if you didn't want to wind it. Just push on there, clear out the shavings. And again, as long as we're down into there, into the body of the flasket, we've gone far enough, which we have. So we're going to take that out, switch it off. We've drilled a hole and I've replaced the ring drive with a cone center. It's still in the chuck, and all I'm doing is I'm just supporting that neck. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on. So ball gouge, I'm going to use a ball gouge and a spindle gouge to form the neck. There's no reason why I can't use a ball gouge. Just because it's called a ball gouge doesn't mean to say I can't use it for spindle work. If it'll get in and rough out the curve that I want, no problem with that. But I will need the spindle gouge to get those nice clean cuts for the fillets. So again, going to turn it up to, what's that, 2,800. Just a little chamfer there. Now I like the neck to be wider than the bottom of the neck. It just looks better. So we'll adjust this in a short while. Now take this a little bit further into there. Now we can come back, get more of a curve in here. I can see roughly how big the hole is, so I can see there. There you go. Got all that with a gouge, a ball gouge. Just blend that, get a nice curve here. Blend that in a touch there, once more down there, bevel, pick the cut up, just blend that in, that will sand in nicely. Now the spindle gouge on its edge in a nice shake cut to undercut this, to give it the same angle there, there, as it is there. Just balances it right into that corner. Bevel first, pick the cut up here, let's switch that up and have a look. Again, it's still held in the chuck. Right, oh by the way, this piece has changed. I was supposed to leave a little bit for the wings, okay, but I cut that off in my anticipation to get this to get into this and see what it looks like. Do you know what? It's years and years since I turned this. It's got to be, oh my goodness, 20 years, and I've not seen anybody over here turn them. It's a really interesting project, and it's functional. It does actually work. And I got this from a guy called Johannes Weber, and I met him in Norway. German guy who moved to Norway in the 40s, and super nice guy. Probably one of the best turners I've ever come across. Johannes Weber moved to Norway, and I saw him in Norway 20 years ago, and copied it, and it's a great idea. Where he got it from, I'm not sure, but nobody's doing these, and it's a little bit different. It's going to be great for demos at clubs. Really interesting, and it's not that hard to do either. You can use a template there. So anyway, look, I've cut the wings off. What I will do is, when this project's completed, I'll give you a 10 or 15 minute cameo video type thing on how and where to cut the wings, where the tool goes in and where to stop. The rest of it you've got, okay? So we'll come back to that later on. We'll get this one done first. So again, just a simple one. The variations on this are amazing. So we've got the neck, well, it's still held in the chuck, and we're just going to move the camera. I'm going to move the tool rest to here. I'm going to use a spindle gouge, and we're going to open up that neck so it appears wider than it actually is. Okay, I'll set up and we'll cut that in just a minute. So there we are set up. Spindle gouge. I grind the wings back. I sometimes change the size of the radius at the tip of the tool by grinding more on the wings. That will make it a smaller radius, and I take it almost to a point and use it as a detail tool instead of buying one. Or I can sharpen more on the tip and make it more of a radius for doing what I'm doing now. I'm just going to use the tip, close the flute down and draw that out. I'm cutting with the grain because it's a spindle gouge. When the gouge, the edge of the gouge is hitting the wood, it's actually at a trailing angle, so it's almost impossible to catch. I could actually do this freehand, holding the tool there and just drawing it out. Okay, so close the flute down. You're just using the first tip. You can see the dust there. Okay, just there, tip of the tool. Everything's running nice and true because we cut everything accurately. Makes a huge difference. 2000. Small, careful cuts. Do not open that up to cut. If you do, you'll catch and you'll flick the piece out. Close it down, and you are better off taking 1,000 small cuts and getting it right than 1 or 2 big ones and getting it wrong. And we're just going to open that up. Get the tool right into here. Notice I'm changing the angle. I only want to be cutting with the tip. That's opening that up nicely. And you can make the rim here whatever thickness you want. Touch more, right in that hole. Bring that out to there. Thank you, Merlin. Okay. He wants his dinner, that's what it is. Right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to sand that, bring the tailstock up again, sand here, bring the tailstock up, sand the outside of that. I'm going to show you how you can power sand this. Then, what I'm going to do, see how the center's moved now. See how the center's moved now. I'm going to refine the center of this, drill a hole, so I can get the insert pretty central. Okay? Bloody dog. Be back in a minute.